Hello, everybody. Welcome to SKIM. I'm Scott.
And I'm Kim.
We have that so rehearsed and down now.
It's just automatic.
Comes natural.
And I'm Kim.
Since 2018. Do you remember when we came up with this idea?
Oh my gosh, on a plane.
On a plane. On the way home from BlizzCon.
2018.
We were in the plane and we just started having this conversation. And we said, wouldn't it be fun to do like a little couple show? No one does those anymore.
And then we sat and talked about what it would be called. And we were like, SKIM.
Yeah.
And that's where we came up with the whole idea.
Yeah. Look at all the info you're getting today. This isn't just, mumbo jambo here. You're getting the real skinny. Anyway, hope everybody's good. Kim made jambalaya last night. That's all you need to know.
That means everything's good.
Oh, it was so good. It's an amazing batch. Sometimes you make a batch that just is so incredibly heads and tails above the last batch. And that's what that was. And I'll be eating it all. I'm here all week, baby.
You'll be eating that all week.
Yeah. Because we got Vegas coming up in like 3 weeks, right? 3.5, something like that.
28 days, 27 days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's coming up so fast.
Very quick. And so as a result, you got to be able to eat on the fly. You got to make some quick decisions.
Yep.
And for me, that involves leftover, amazing, homemade
leftovers.
Kimbalaya. No, what do we call it? Jumbo Kimbo.
Wow, just don't do that.
No. Kimbalaya. Kim's a liar. Wait a minute, what? Anyway, it's also an interesting week because we got people in town and a little bit of a Salt Lake tadpooler meetup thing happening today at the Southtown Mall. Actually, if you're hearing this for the first time and you're a local, we'd love to see you there. I think Jim and Robin are coming.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them
in a while. Be nice to see them, right?
Yeah. I just talked to her this week.
Yeah, they're awesome. Sweetest people you'll ever meet. But they're them and Kevin and I think Noel and Hootie from Springville.
Oh, fun.
Mr. Wife Bookstore Man. He's coming. So we're going to have a little hangout at a mall. They have an arcade and, things you do at the mall. So we'll see what comes of it. Mostly it'll just be hanging out and getting to see each other.
Yeah.
And then...
see each other before Vegas.
Yeah. It's been nice because this week up till this point, or I would say the last 7 days, have just been all focused on my mom's situation all day, all the time. Yeah. So Kim's been there like 6 times in the last 5 days or something. I've been there 3 or 4 of those days. My sister's there just about every day. My sister Wendy's here in town or Wendy, sorry, not Wendy, Wendy. My dad said Wendy. My mom said Wendy growing up. Why do you think that was? I feel like you and I are on the same page when it comes to what our kids are called.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't go Cartier.
That happened at
or Talor.
High school graduation. They called her name Cartier. We were like,
Cartier Johnson.
Did we miss something?
I swear, I still think it was them trolling her.
Probably.
I could be wrong, but it felt like they were being... Cartier Johnson. Carter, what's your take on that? Do you think they were dorking with you?
I have no idea.
She doesn't know. I don't know if they heard that or not, but she has no idea. Anyway, so that's been a lot of that and seeing family and stuff. And we got to hang out at my sister's place, have dinner a couple of times, catch up with Wendy a bit, talk about plans for my mom. Basically, here's the update. I talked about it on TMS a tiny bit, but basically, if there's progress, it's minimal. So all we're trying to do is figure out, well, what is next potentially?
Yeah. How long can she stay in the facility she's in? Because it's a rehab, which is physical therapy, and she does not like to do physical therapy.
No, she don't like that physical therapy. She don't like therapy of any kind, really. But physical, the worst.
Well, I mean, when you have a steel rod from your hip to your knee, that's going to be a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Too much, perhaps.
Yeah.
So my thinking is the best way to handle it, we're all sort of on the same page here, is we just come up with our, not backup plans, but plans for what we do next.
Yeah, best scenarios.
Best case scenarios, worst case scenarios, the whole thing. And so having Wendy here was very helpful to kind of discuss that. We talked to all the people at the hospital or the PT place that are in the know, like the head of PT guy, the nursing lady who's in charge of all the nursing stuff.
Social workers and things
social
like that.
Worker, all this. And I think it was good. I think it was really... key. If you ask my mom what she wants, it's a lot of times it's just sort of, I don't know. And I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Like you're laying there going, I don't know.
You're laying there taking pain pills, and so she's real happy most of the time. She's got really funny stories.
Got the big drugs. The meaty drugs are in her right now. So she gets kind of stoned. And it's funny, right? Mm-hmm. And we're also a family that likes to laugh together. So even though it's a little sad that you have to have your mother all drugged up because she's in so much pain, but we're making the best of it by joking around and having big laughs because that's what we do.
That's what you do in your family. It's true.
Yeah. And that's what I'll do when I'm old. I'm going to say the stupidest stuff from my bed. I can't wait. I mean, I can wait, but...
I can't wait to say all kinds of stupid things. Oh, wait, I do that every day.
You're going to be embarrassed, though. The things I say. I'm going to say stuff about nurses.
You know what? You say that, but I'm pretty used to it. I don't know how much more embarrassing.
You don't think it could get worse? Like I have no barriers?
It can get worse, but I'm saying I'm not used to it.
I'm just saying when all my barriers go down.
Do you have very many of those?
I try not to have too many because I feel like it's going to be a
real smooth transition.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's an interesting perspective.
I don't think it's going to be that different.
Okay.
Because you're pretty honest about all your answers now.
Yeah, we're not dinking around here. Okay? If I have a rash in a weird place, I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
So
but you'll do that now.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be that weird. It's going to be a real smooth transition from now to then.
My worry is things I would normally not say. Like I might be in public. Let's be honest. If you're in public and you see somebody with obviously, maybe even wonderfully done, but obviously fake breasts, I'm not going to say anything
to them, but you do bring it up to me.
Oh, so to you, but that's our family thing. But now picture me in a bed with neighbors and friends and family around, and me seeing a nurse and going, "Are those boobs real?" out loud. That's a step. That's a step past where I would be now.
I can't whisper anyway.
What?
You can't whisper, she says.
She said, "Oh, neither can you." What are you talking about? You're the loudest kid I have. Of all three. 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Someone says, unless Scott is keeping a really dark secret.
I have no secrets.
He has no secrets.
I really don't. I'm so boring, you guys. The only thing I do think certain things are funny, but I don't have a dungeon with people in it. I don't have bodies buried anywhere.
No.
I don't have...
Someone says, like, Scott will tell more revealing poop stories. I don't know if there are any more revealing than he probably talks about on here.
I'm probably all out, yeah. I'm sure something could get worse, though.
There's something. I'm sure whatever you're in a rehab facility for will make you talk more about that.
And the drugs.
But she does talk about all the handsome doctors.
Yeah, she's super... She talks about I'm going to quote her here. I've never heard my mom use the B word, not even once.
Oh my gosh, she was
not
using
even
it the
once
other
have I
day.
heard it in my life. And the other day I heard her say it 3 times in this context. She said there was some blonde lady in there
from some city in...
We can say the city.
Yeah, it's from Highland.
But, Highland's known for its hoity-toity, rich people. Okay? She says some rich bitch from Highland was in here.
Scott looks at me and he goes, did she say what I think she said?
At first, I was like, yes. There's no way she just said this word that I would have been grounded for when I grew up. I would have been like in my room that night. And there she is dropping that B word like 3 times in a row and not making a face. Just like, man.
Wendy just went.
I know.
Because she's never heard it either.
Wendy makes great shocked face. She's very good at it.
Yeah.
It
was really fun.
She also just said a lot of things that I just have never heard my mom say. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is when you're in a place of either your brain is addled a little, but also the drugs and you're going to say stuff you wouldn't normally say in polite company.
Yeah, absolutely.
So be prepared. Okay.
Okay.
Like I'm going to lay there.
Probably be prepared, but I think you've been shocked by some of my driving scenarios where I am not filtered. So I think you won't be that shocked.
No, Kim's the most road ragey person you'll ever meet. I see her flip birds that really mean it.
Yeah.
Say words that she would never say in front of polite company.
That is true.
Maybe you're going to be the problem.
The problem?
No,
I'll just be honest.
You'll be in bed going, F you mother effers. Both fingers out while they're trying to change a catheter. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I'm scared now. I hadn't thought of this. Carter, you're in charge of all this.
I won't change any diapers. That's the rule.
You won't change my... You know how many times I changed your diaper?
That was your choice.
My choice. What, social services would be at the house going, why aren't you changing your kids' diapers? Someone had to do it. Look, it won't be that bad.
It'll be that bad.
No, it'll be like...
It would be that bad.
No,
that's why you have nurses come in and do that.
Little tidy enchilada.
Claire, I totally believe you're a road rager.
Oh, I have no doubt Claire's are you kidding?
She's like, I'm surprisingly a road rager. I'm like, surprising?
She talks in all caps in her whole life, not just online. But anyway, Carter, thanks a lot. Boy, what a caring daughter we got there. You know what? Will Nick and Carter Taylor have to change my diapers?
I think we'll probably have a nurse come in.
Oh, you're going to hire somebody?
When we get to that point, yeah.
Yeah, I'll hire someone.
Okay, you'll pay. You guys will pay for it.
She's going to take care of it.
All right. That's fine. Can she be hot? No dudes.
What if it's a hot dude?
I don't want a hot dude. Everyone's secretly homophobic.
I do.
Just kidding. We'll get you hot dudes when you're there. And I won't be cranky about it. I'll be like, let her have what she wants. Give her the pink diaper. I don't know. Whatever they do. I don't know what they do there. I've never been in the room when that happened with my mom. Have you?
No.
We go out when they do that.
Yeah. They're like, well, we're going to give her a sponge bath. So if you want to leave, and we always leave.
And she hates it. Because
she does hate it.
Why are little babies, not that Carter would do this for a baby either, but why are little babies so cute and easy to change diapers on?
Because we
can't translate that to an aging person.
It's really hard to an aging person.
Is it because they got all the folds and the skin and the hair everywhere?
You might want to tone it down there, sir.
But you know what I mean? Wrinkly, big old mole, like a hair patch that shouldn't be where it is, things like that.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right. Well,
they're not growing.
Now
they're
that
dying.
Everyone's
I know
seeing this in their head, you're like, okay.
Well, all I'm saying is end of life is not a great time for anybody.
No.
But we're hoping that I'm just hoping that one day she just goes, you know what, I've had it. I'm going to kick butt.
Yeah.
And be around for another 10 years. You know, that'd be great. But I don't know. She was in physical therapy for a knee surgery. Was it surgery? Or a bad knee? Yeah, just for a bad knee. She was
she fell. So now she has bad knee on one side and bad hip on the other, and so it's really hard for her to get. Yeah,
the side she shattered was not the knee side. The knee side's what caused her to collapse and fall and break. And now to do PT, you need to be able to rely on the good leg, but there is no good leg.
Right. So it's just been really rough. Right
and left. Get it?
Gotcha.
Anyway, what else is going on? Oh, do you want to talk about this? How the poo dog neighbor stared at you while you went out?
Oh my gosh.
What was that about? Yeah, explain that to me.
I was driving into my back alley where our garage is, and she had her dog out there pooping on my lawn, but she was standing there on her driveway just like this.
Arms folded.
Just looking right at me.
Staring at her while she drove by. It's like, you're not pooping on her lawn. Her dog's pooping on your lawn.
Maybe I need to go poop on her lawn.
Just a big old steamer. But here's the thing, though. Like, you know the baby in The Simpsons that Maggie has a rivalry with when they go by?
When they stand there and just...
Yeah, that's what it was like.
I was like, seriously?
It's her dog pooing on our lawn.
And she's all looking at me like, what are you going to do about it?
I think she's mad because you put down some pepper stuff and her dog probably reacted, don't you think? Or do you think it was the husband thing?
I'm sure she saw that I put red pepper flakes all over my lawn. Maybe she is mad about that. I don't care. It's my lawn.
But there she was standing there again with her dog on the lawn.
Yep.
Pooping while she stares at you with her arms folded.
Yep.
I don't understand that kind of thinking. That's weird.
I don't either.
That's really weird. And her husband, who came over to help you clean up that one day, acting like he didn't know about this.
Yeah,
maybe it's something to do with that.
I'm like,
he obviously feels guilty.
Maybe she doesn't, and he does.
Anyway, I don't know where we're at with it now, but spring's coming. Kim's going to want that lawn in pristine condition, like she always does.
I like my beautiful lawns. I am very much a gardener personality. I like to have everything just so.
Yeah.
And I'm not OCD about it, but I do really hate having to go pick up other people's dog poop on my lawn just so I can mow it.
Yeah. Shouldn't have to.
Ridiculous.
And they're these little nuggety looking little turds that are hard to see sometimes.
And now it snowed on them today.
That's right. We got snow. It was 75 degrees last week. Now we have snow again.
Yeah.
Welcome to Utah in March and April, everybody.
Yep.
That's how things go here.
Claire, I agree. I like gardening. I hate lawns, she says. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, but over there when they say garden, they mean like a yard of space. I'm sorry, a meter of space in the backyard. Right? That's like a little teeny...
That's kind of what we have. It's a very small yard. And I'm thinking about expanding the beds, the garden beds, so that there's less lawn to mow.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. How much energy I've got before it gets hot. really hot.
I believe in you. I do.
Thanks.
Oh, I can't wait for the heat. Although I'm too fat right now, I need to lose some weight for the heat. You know
to get in a swimsuit, you mean?
If I could lose another 20 pounds, I could wear the kind of T-shirt a little snugger, you know?
Yeah.
Not all baggy trying to hide the beast. That's what I want to do. You know what? Starting today. I haven't eaten anything today. I'm going all day. I'm going till dinner.
No, that is not what you need.
I'm starving myself. All right, I won't. I'll eat something. I am going to stop. I am going to try to start eating for fuel and less for joy.
Well, that sucks.
Who's joy, you say? Well, my hidden thing that'll come out when I'm old is my girlfriend Joy. Just kidding. I don't have nobody.
He's not going to do that.
No, Joy doesn't exist.
Because my food is good.
Let me tell you something, and maybe one of you are listening.
Joy.
Have we talked about this before?
I don't know. What is
Somebody sent me nudes once in the community.
We probably talked about this before.
And the first thing I do when that happens is I scream Kim's name.
Kim, get down here. You have to see this. I'm like, why do I need to see it?
Because it's crazy. It's funny to me that they would even do that. And I'm not going to name anybody. I don't even know who they were. I think I have an idea on one of them. But these have happened here and there. And the couple of them that happened on when I was using Snapchat they were 7 seconds and then they were going to go poof. Because that's how those things were or are. I think you can still do that to some degree. And I yelled for Kim to come. Get in here! And I see the timer going 7, 6, 5. I'm like, these boobs aren't going to stay here forever. She came running in there and poof, she got a glimpse, I think. And then that was it. So anyway.
And then I was like, why do you need to show me this? And then he's like, because it's gone now and someone sent it to me that knows me. And I was like, oh, okay. That makes more sense.
That's how boring we are.
I don't think that's boring.
But you know what I mean?
Not secretive.
I don't have any. I got none of that stuff, man.
No,
I know so many people. I have friends who I know, they have skeletons that if that closet ever opens, they are hosed. I got nothing.
You got nothing in there.
I'm so boring. I got a couple of shirts that are too small in my closet. I got way too many pairs of shoes right now.
Really?
Well, Amelia Marcos kind of shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe not as much as you. You have more than I do.
Yeah. And I don't have that many shoes.
When I was younger, if I had 2 pairs of shoes, that was excessive. So now I have probably 4. Yeah. For real. Why do you need so many pairs of shoes?
Because of all the things you need to do.
I think I grew up in the recession. The reception? What is it? Procession. What is it? Depression.
Reception.
I grew up in the reception. Anyway, I sometimes feel that way because my dad was super cheap and it rubbed off on me. So now
That's
I'm really
true.
cheap. Yep.
You're right.
When I hear that really nothing at a restaurant of any kind is less than $10 anymore, I still can't deal with that. It just doesn't.
Still like, ugh.
I'm like, that was $2.80 when I was in high school. And people are like, yeah, 40 effing years ago.
That is very true.
Ugh. All right.
It's all going to be okay, babe. That's what I have to tell him while we're at restaurants. It's fine.
Have you noticed?
Order some food.
Yeah. But have you noticed, speaking of neighbors and stuff, I'm seeing less Teslas in the neighborhood, including Tesla, who we call Tesla, who has like 3 Teslas.
He did for a hot minute.
Now I just see the
he
one.
Has one and a Kia.
And a Kia
EV9.
EV9.
Yeah.
So he's still all about the EVs. I think he still has a Leaf, a Nissan Leaf for around town stuff, I think.
I don't know.
But he's super into electrics. And for a while there, he was super into Tesla. And then the Cybertruck came and I asked him one day out there. Are you going
to get one of those?
One of those? Yeah. He's like, hell no. That thing is a lemon waiting to be bought. And I'm like, really? I thought you Tesla fans were stoked. He goes, nope. Always been, that thing's bad news from the day one.
Even he knew.
Like, not even considering. This is before Elon went weird government. Like that, before that happened, he was saying this about that thing.
Yeah.
Like the true believers in the Tesla way were like, I ain't getting no Cybertruck.
I think it's funny you call him Tesla.
I don't know. His real name is Matt or Mark or
Dan.
Bill. Dan. I knew it was something like that. But he's Tesla to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, overall, I'm seeing less of them. In fact, there was a Cybertruck behind us, whoever owned that, and I think they sold it. It's gone now.
I'm not sure.
Because I saw another car in its place. Do you see one still?
Yeah, sometimes.
The one I saw back there had a big scratch down the side. I thought maybe they were getting...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate that. Like, I am all for protesting. I don't think blowing up cars and setting shit on fire is a good idea.
No.
You know? I mean, maybe at some point it is. Are we at that point? Maybe. I don't want to tell people how to protest.
But that's someone's personal property, so I don't think
that's the reason I feel bad about it. That guy behind me may or may not be the problem or part of the problem. You can say, well, he bought a Tesla. He's part of the problem. It's such a simple thing to say.
Yeah.
Like my brother-in-law owns a Tesla. I don't think of him as some rah freaking whatever.
No.
He just was really into EVs, and at the time that one ranked the highest. So he bought it. That's it.
Yep.
And probably won't again, if I had to guess. Anyway, I hate it.
I don't know.
I hate it all.
Not my business.
It's all dumb. Okay, let's get to some messages and stuff.
Okay.
Voicecast.app/skim. Super easy to use. You send your text, your voicemails, your whatnots. I have a voicemail here that I have not previewed, so we don't know what this says. We're just going to play it. It's 10 seconds, so this is scary. Here we go.
When you've got that can of corn opened up and you tip it over and nothing comes out, what you've got there is a can of hard corn.
All right. That came to the Skim address. Hard car parn.
Hard par carn.
Hard par carn. Like hardcore porn.
But
right?
It's hard pour corn.
Hard par pour carn. All right. You know, weed is great. Legalized weed is great. And so we're a fan here. Actually, we're not. We don't have it here. Utah is a holdout. Although, you know what? This is crazy to me. So Utah is medical cannabis.
Yeah.
And a pretty booming economy of that on the medical side. Currently not legal for recreational use, but pretty easy to do in the medical way. Idaho, dead set, one of our hats, portion of our hat, super conservative state, and they are not into the legal weed at all. They shoot it down every time. Hardcore. Medicinal. Not even medicinal.
Okay.
And usually medicinal will eventually lead to recreational, but they're not doing any of that. Yet they have they have a state lottery.
Okay.
And a lottery, at least when I was growing up, gambling in a public way was so frowned upon by people around me. I can't believe Idaho has a freaking gambling thing.
A lottery. Yeah.
A lottery. Is that crazy? That seems crazy to me.
I mean, yeah.
I just thought, I don't know why. It would be like us suddenly having...
And I don't see us as Utah having a lottery.
I never can see us having a lottery. I can't imagine it. But that's just how I was raised. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not much of a gambler anyway, but, I don't care. Do it.
Yeah.
1 in 500 million people win a thing? Good for them. Nice odds.
I mean, it'd be really nice to win something like that, but the odds are against you. And
me and Carter were talking about this. If that dude that owes me the money paid me and paid with interest, it'd be enough to we'd be done with the house. Be paid off.
That'd be lovely.
Wouldn't it?
I'll be honest with you, it would be.
I should have signed a contract. Handshakes don't mean jack. I tried to do the right thing with the people I thought that we were going to do the right thing, and they didn't do the right thing.
That's all right.
It's not all right.
Yeah.
Sucks ass. But I have you. I have a daughter who will never change my diaper.
What are you saying? You've won the lottery?
I've won the home lottery. Well done, everyone.
I've won the lottery.
Well done, everyone.
All right.
Here's one from, who's this from? Anonymous. Says, in the most recent episode, Scott lamented there aren't any derogatory terms for dudes. Remember that? I was talking about the B word, C word.
There's a few.
There's a few, and he wrote them. He says, how about, I'm not going to say some of these.
Why?
Because some of them make me uncomfortable.
Do you want me to say them? I can't see them.
I'll tell you what he says. Sorry if your mom is listening. Dickhead,
Yep.
Bastard,
Yep.
son of a bitch.
I've used them all.
But that one works as both because your mom saying your mom, mother effer. Also got mother in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of anti-woman. This is my whole point with those.
Yeah.
Right? Pervert. Okay. Horn dog. Jack off. Jerk off. Tosser if you're in England.
I like that.
Chester. What's a Chester?
Don't know. Must be another British term.
Someone in the chat? Claire,
someone
Zoe, somebody? What are we doing with the Chester?
I mean, for a long time, we were using things with canoe, like douche canoe.
Oh, yeah. Deuce canoe. Is that a thing? Gribbled in the chat says child molester. Claire says it's a cheetah. I mean, you don't hear about a lot of pedophile women, do you? I know they exist. It's rare.
Yeah.
It's always dudes. Because dudes are gross. They're gross.
They are saying that's child molester.
Is that what that means? Okay.
I guess.
All right. I don't know stuff. What do I know?
What was the word again?
Chester.
A Chester.
Oh, Chester the molester.
Oh, a child molester. Okay, that's terrible. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, I got it now.
All right.
He said, there are probably many more, but that's all I can think of right now. Hopefully this brings some sense of balance to your repertoire.
Well, now we have some more words to use.
What do you want to call me? Call me balanced
I've
repertoire.
used a lot of those. I have not used Chester, but I've called people things like that.
In the car all the time. You know what I like?
And others.
Jerkweed.
Okay.
Great name. It's not even like a swear word. It's just, you freaking jerkweed. Oh, it's so good. It rolls right off the tongue. It feels good. You feel some feeling of retribution. So I recommend, I'm going to go ahead. This is the episode we recommend jerkweed.
Okay.
So get on
or
there.
Douche canoe.
Or
it's
douche
kind of
canoe.
a fun one. It's just fun to say.
I also
People
like when
you
say Buckethead's one of my favorites.
Yeah, when I can't think of someone's name, I always say, Buckethead.
If his name's Charlie Billingsley, she'll say, Buckethead. I love Buckethead. So good.
James always says butthole is always a good one.
Yeah, always butthole. Always with the butthole. Racer Dad wrote in. Says, hey guys, Scott and Kim. Kim, do you have a good bone broth recipe? Or as he wrote, bone brother recipe, but he meant broth. I've been waiting to make some chicken bone broth in my crock pot. Any advice? What do you say about the bone broth?
I'd say you just cook it down with water.
How do you do that?
And if you like it, salt and pepper. But
yeah,
you
but do you
literally
just put the bones in the water and boil
there.
it?
Yeah.
How long?
If it's on low, it's like 24 hours.
And
all the marrow comes out of the bone, so it ends up being a thicker.
Really?
It ends up getting thicker and a lot of flavor.
That's gross.
It isn't, though. Bone broth is so good for you.
We should use
I've done it with beef
sorry.
bones.
You've done it with beef?
And I've done it with chicken bones.
I like beef. Beef bone broth is so good.
Yeah, it's... I would go look up recipes to see what kind of flavor you want. Some people will add herbs to it, depending on the flavor they like. But it's really just cooking them down on low.
Claire in the YouTube chat says, marrow is yummy, Scott. I don't doubt it. I just don't like hearing it. Like, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know that's where it came from.
Yeah, because it's foul.
There's a place downtown that does bone marrow tacos. And they...
What?
They do. They'll bring you this big beef bone, and in the middle of it, they'll cut them in half, and in the middle of it, I'll have all the marrow, and you scrape it out and put it on your taco. It's really good.
And Greg says bone broth is very soothing. I agree. Like when the day before my colonoscopy, I did a lot of bone broth.
Yes.
And I loved it. I crave it now, actually.
You're fine with it.
Can I have it now?
I just didn't want to know it had marrow in it.
It's really gross. Because marrow's like bone guts, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's what's in the
It's
bone.
the goo in your bones.
Exactly. And that's why when you make broth, sometimes it'll be really kind of thicker than normal. Yeah. Anyway, it's just cooking stuff down from the bones, and it's really super healthy for you.
Well, that's funny because Claire says, LOL, Scott, you eat hot dogs. Fair point. I don't know
We're
what's
not
in
even
that.
sure what's in there.
There's probably marrow in there, right?
I don't know. Marrow's...
Depends on the dog. You go to J-Dogs here in
special.
Salt Lake, you'll be okay. Oh, J-Dogs. Can you even say the name without just wanting a J-Dog?
I know. They have the sauce they put on these hot dogs that is insane.
Fan freaking effing-tastic. It's so good.
We're going to have to go get hot dogs, aren't we?
Yeah. That's why they're chewy, says Claire. Don't tell me that. Can I go to Costco and get the $1.50 one?
Yeah, you can't. You can do whatever you want.
Get a chewy marrow
but you're
dog.
sitting here telling me you're going to not eat for joy. He's full of crap.
I am full of crap. I like to eat for joy, but also I need to start eating. I need to start being more mindful of the just, this is for fuel.
Well, it's more about being mindful of, oh, I'm hungry. I'm just going to eat a piece of bread or a cookie. You
like
shouldn't
last
do
night,
that.
I ate a cookie. Yeah. I feel bad about that.
You should probably do more protein and salads. That's all.
Real quick,
Which
Claire,
we have around the house.
Claire, I do have all chat on, but it's for me to see and not. There's no cross chat in your chat, but I see what they're saying on Twitch and I see what they're saying on YouTube. So that's all I care about right now. The old way was annoying. I feel like it was a mess, so I'm not doing it. That way. This is a whole technical thing
James
that you
says
don't even have to worry about.
Sonic footlong chili dogs are really good.
Oh my
I completely
gosh.
agree.
That
That is
sounds
what
so
I get
good.
there. That's the only thing I ever get there.
The burger's good.
But I always end up getting that footlong hot dog. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Damn it, J.K. Grammar. Now I want one. I can't do it though. Not today.
Yeah.
today.
And Tom says if you're doing hot dogs, do the kosher all beef kind. We usually have that at home. And I will do a cross cut on them and then put them on a grill or
Can you explain kosher to me? Because I just assumed it meant you have to be Jewish to eat it.
I don't think so.
I don't know things.
It's something about the preparation. I don't know.
Okay, it's how
But
they
I know
make
it's
it.
how they prepare it.
Like a kosher pickle is a way you make a pickle.
Correct.
Or a
But I'm not sure what that is. Sorry, not that knowledgeable.
So wait. So
And a
I
Chicago
guess I
hot
could look
dog's
it
good
up.
Too.
Yeah, I love it.
Dog.
Chicago
with the pickles
dog.
and tomatoes. Oh,
my
man.
gosh.
I cannot wait for all of the garden to grow in because we love fresh tomatoes around here. And I make pickles all summer long.
But how can you have a kosher hot dog if you're Jewish you can't eat pork, I thought.
Maybe it's an all beef hot dog.
And that's kosher. It's how you prepare it, they're saying in the chat.
But then it doesn't have pork in it if it's all beef hot dog.
Claire says kosher is a huge preparation thing. Like the dishes need washed a certain way that are used to make the stuff, etc. Yeah, I didn't know that. We have Jewish friends. Hell, Amy is Jewish, and she was just here, and we didn't ask.
We didn't think to ask.
We should have said.
We'll ask her tonight.
Wait, how much pork did we put in that jambalaya? Did you put pork in there?
There was sausage in that.
Maybe they're not hardcore.
I don't know.
I don't know what the
didn't
rules
ask.
are, guys. Never been Jewish. I've never attempted it. My Jewishness remains dormant.
One day, Scott.
yeah.
One day.
So there's your advice. Just put the bones in there and melt it or whatever.
Just-
cook it.
Yeah. Just cook it.
Okay.
It's usually on low and it's kind of boiled in usually water. It can be already a broth.
How do you know if the marrow, so gross, how it comes out of the bone? How do you know?
You'll know when it's done because it'll have flavor. We go from water to broth.
Yeah.
And that's why it takes about 24 to 48 hours unless you're, do it a different way.
Right.
But in a crock pot, that's what I would do.
Okay.
Is on low. And let it just go
that
as
sounds
long
like
as you
a crock.
can. And then it smells really, really good
Yeah.
when it's done.
It does smell good and taste good. And there's also, there's versions of this you can get in a powder and just do it.
Yes.
Right? That is bone broth. It may not be as good as your homemade stuff, but.
It's probably not as, I did make that for you whenever you were doing your colonoscopy, but everything tasted good to you because you were so hungry. It didn't matter.
I seriously might have a hot cup of it today just to get me by until dinner. Because it just sounds good.
He's in diet mode today.
I am in diet mode.
Tomorrow, it's all Girl Scout cookies.
No, they're gone now. We're all out of those.
You ate them all.
I did not. You still think I ate that whole package? I didn't.
You ate most of a package because no one else had any. Actually, Alicia had like 2, and there were...
Oh, Alicia enters the chat. I think Alicia did it. I blame her.
We know that's not true.
Fair point. Ambassador Domo wrote in. He says, you should do a Wile E. Coyote cartoon and substitute Elon R. Musk, super genius, substitute Doge for Acme. What would you substitute for Roadrunner?
Super genius.
Hey, you remember that cartoon?
Yeah, I do.
Very nice. Who would be the Roadrunner? I don't know. I can't think of anything. Who would be a good Roadrunner? The one you root for?
Who do you root for? I don't even know who to root for anymore.
I don't know.
Because no one seems to be
No one's root
with
horrible.
it. No.
Everyone
Not
sucks.
at the moment. We need someone to step up.
Icor says democracy. I think he means democracy.
Democracy in action. Uh-huh.
Democracy. All right. I don't know, Ambassador Domo. I cannot answer that question because I cannot think of a good answer. Stabby Pants here is the next one. It's a great name, Stabby Pants. Although, if you have Stabby Pants, maybe get a better pair of pants. Wondering if you guys ever thought about doing couples counseling type of stuff on YouTube, asking for a friend, smiley face. I don't think I'm in any position to give anyone advice. You might be.
I don't know.
How do
It
you
depends
feel?
on the questions.
Like
I don't feel like I am going to give necessarily advice that's really going to help someone if they're really having a hard time, I say go to professionals.
A lot of people do this, though, like influencers or people who don't actually know jack, but they're doing it anyway and pretending that they do.
See, I wouldn't
That's
pretend
hard.
that
I
I
can't
do.
do
I would
that.
say, if it were me, this is what I would do.
Yeah, I can't do that.
There's plenty of that, but I'm not going to say, in order to, fix this problem, this is what you have to do. I'm not going to tell someone that.
No.
I don't like giving unsolicited advice, even to my children, where I'll be like, okay, do you want my advice or do you just want me to listen?
Yeah.
I have asked that.
Sometimes they want it. Sometimes they won't change your diaper.
But I don't know that I would want to give advice on things that could be harmful if given the wrong advice.
I see what you mean. Yeah, and that happens a lot.
I wouldn't want to be responsible for that.
Yeah, you don't want to be the next
No.
Frankie lady. What was her name?
No. Oh my gosh, no.
Judith Frankie. What was it?
Ruby.
Ruby Frankie. And then her weird neighbor who's trying to get out of jail now.
Oh gosh.
She
Influenced.
no, when she, what do you call it when you say you're guilty? She pleaded guilty.
Okay.
She pled
Pled
guilty to
guilty.
all charges and is in there for like 30 years with
Yeah.
like a 2-year parole or whatever.
And now she's thinking,
Now
well,
she's like,
maybe
my lawyer sucked. I need to redo it. I don't think they're going to do it.
I hope not, because she was kind of terrible.
This lawyer listener told me that she has a very weak, like this happens commonly, but very uncommon that they actually get their request. It's like
Once
super
they've
low.
already been, because you're like, dude, you did it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of effed up.
And
Watch
they-
that Hulu documentary, you guys.
I
on that
still
whole
haven't
thing.
seen it. It freaks me out a
it's
little bit.
rough,
Just to
man.
be that mean to children, and so it just seems so crazy to me.
Kids in peril.
Well,
my
that
least
plus
favorite genre.
The mom was influenced to put them in peril. I don't get it.
No, that if anything, the one that's trying to get out now, even though they weren't her kids, she deserves to stay there the longest
Yeah.
because she's the influence. She's the one. Now, not that Ruby Frankie didn't have her own choice in this.
Right.
Obviously, she did. But there's no like, oh, I was just a bystander. Like, F that. She was terrible. The evidence is all there. That documentary is very good. And I know it sounds like rough subject matter, but I think
That's why I haven't seen it.
I think sometimes it's good to see that stuff just to know what the world's like. And to know what, not to freak yourselves out.
Well,
also, it's a good
just
documentary.
Weird to watch something when you're like, just to find out what the world's like. That's not what the world's like. That is a very few people have real problems.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to.
But it also is a good reminder of what to avoid. Because sometimes it's just like, oh, they're my neighbor. They must have good ideas. They seem nice. They're in church with us every week. That must be okay. Like you have all these other things that lead up to it. It's like a slow burn.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're in too deep.
I've
and you're
had
like,
people say that to me, though. Family members. They're like, well, we trust them because they're at church every. And I'm like, really? Are you kidding?
I trust them less because of their church every week. that may sound anti-religious. It's not. What I'm saying is,
you need to get to know people before you.
Yeah,
trust
that's not
them
enough.
100%.
That's
absolutely.
not enough. I know too many people that were ripped off by somebody who they thought was their little
Was
church
the
going
good
neighbor.
guy, yeah.
Or their bishop or something. It's like, oh well, he's got this business deal. He would never lead me astray, and then just completely shaft him.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
People are still people.
People are people. So how can it be? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, I already played it. We played the call. I did it in the wrong order, but that's
All
fine.
right. That's all right.
If you want to keep your messages incoming, we're happy to intake them. Okay? So you just send them.
You keep them coming, you guys.
You guys keep them coming. We'll read them. You keep them coming.
We'll give you the best advice with the solicited advice
Yep.
that we can with no promises.
Yeah. No promises, but no guarantees.
Look up your recipe and find out what you want to make for your bone broth.
Yeah.
Because I've made it, but I also look up recipes. So
I got one more call that just
Okay.
came in. Let's see what it is.
awesome.
Okay. Doodle,
love it.
doodle, doodle, beetle, doodle, dee. Doodle, dee. Did you guys hear that?
I like it.
Put that in your chicken and melt it in your pot with your marrow. All right, I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and go. A reminder, this show is supported by help over on our Patreon for Frog Pants. That's patreon.com/frogpants. If you're thinking of ways to give back to the Skim Show, that's a great place to do it. Kind of the catch-all for all the little extras we do around here. If you're coming to Las Vegas, looking forward to meeting you, myself, and Kim,
Absolutely.
and Carter, and Alicia. And
Everybody else that'll be there?
I hope no adults need their diapers changed while we're in Vegas.
Because Carter's not going to do it.
She stopped answering me too.
think she went upstairs.
Oh, is she not even here?
Oh, she is.
Oh, no, she's in there. I just like giving her crap. Carter's one of my favorite human beings in the history of the universe, but she's still fun to tease. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So expect that right up until my diaper needs changing. I think that's it. Keep the messages coming, voicecast.app/skim. And you can find our website with all these links at frogpants.com/skim. It's all about skim all the time. Skim a little off for us. What's another way we can use our name?
Skim a little off the top.
Yeah, skim some of it off the top. Well, like my haircut, I haven't gotten that. I need to get a haircut.
Okay.
Anyway, not today.
I can do that.
Not today. Today is not that day. Anyway, that's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Ready for breakfast, here's the table. Father, Mother, Bill, and Mabel.
Once upon a time, there was a hero named you. Find the next step of your quest at frogpants.com.